Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to the lesson that I want us to introduce something new that we have gotten here. It is a paper from the Compass Examiners Board. There's the last edition. You can see this indicated gold. This always is the last prediction that they always give, a last prediction that they always give. And I want us to go through it very keenly so that we can be able to understand what is in the paper. And in most cases, we encourage our learners that once you have this paper, you go through all the areas plus the question that comes at the leaf, outside the leaf. You can see the question here saying that which one of the following is not a factor that influences population distribution in South Africa. It's not a factor that influences population in distribution. We have relief, soil and climate, then religion. For the answer is religion. So sometimes it's good to go through this question because it might be captured in the paper. So for a learner who is well prepared, it is an advice that you go through this paper keenly. And I want us to go through what you call the map reading very keenly so that we can understand what is in the map and how we are supposed to answer these questions. We have the map from those area. Remember, this is the prediction from the Compass Examiners. They have given us the last copy of this year, and this is what we expect. Maybe some of the questions might be tested here. When you go through the paper keenly, we have the those area. In the those area, you can see we have what you call we have the jaggery, and in most cases we have to learn that the jaggery, these are industries that the processes what we call sugarcane. So we have the jaggery this region. You have what you call the piers. We have the SCO. We have the river Solo. We have the shop here. You can see the sawmilling, the source of the river, how the river is flowing to the lake, and at the lake the river forms what you call an estuary. You can see how it enters the lake. Lake Isoi. Then we have the FB. We want to know what is FB. We have some crops here. We have the MS. We have you can see the kind of settlement. This is clustered. This is what you call clustered. And we have the ranch, the cattle ranch. I hope so. We have the Maram Road and the sawmilling. So you can see the scale. 1 centimeter represents 80 kilometers. So then we go through the map, the key very quickly. We have the forest. You can see the forest here. Yes, we have the forest. We have the Tamarket Road. You can see it. The Tamarket Road from the southern part of the map to the northern part of the map. You have the Maram Road, the sawmilling, the sub-county offices. So this is a sub-county. And in most cases, I tell my learners that a sub-county, it is under the Deputy County Commissioner. A sub-county is under the Deputy County Commissioner. We have the county level under the governor. And of course, the county commissioner is the senior most administrator in the region, in the county. Then number 2, again, we say that the county commissioner do represent the interest of the national government at the county level. Then later we have the senators that they represent the interest of the county in the national government. So when you go through the key, we have the fish bay. So we have fish farming. This is the fish bay. We have the fish farming. We have the police station. We have the huts. We have the mission station, mission for the Christians. The scraps. So means this region is dry. It's dry. We have scraps. Then we have the tea plantation at this point here. But now the fun thing is that you can see tea here. The same crop has been used here. So this one we can also cancel this one. We can cancel even this one, so that we say that these are tea and this is what we call sugarcane. Since now we have the jaggery. We cannot have the jaggery and the sugarcane and the tea at the same region. Simply because the tea does well where the climate is cool and wet. Places of high altitude, but the jaggery does well where we have low altitude. The climate is hot and wet. So if we answer the first question, the river Solo rises towards. You can see the river, how the river rises from. In fact, if the question comes, the river rises from the source. So you can see the source of the river. The river rises from the source. This question is different. They can ask you the land rises from where. The land always rises from the lowland to a highland, but the river rises from a highland to a lowland. So the river Solo rises towards the northeastern side of the map. The main how does the course of the river, the direction of the course of the river, rises from the southwest to the northeast. So River Solo rises towards the northeast. What is the approximate area of the ranch? You can see a ranch. In fact, I've said many times that when we have this kind of a crop of a figure, what do we do? This is a trapezium, whereby we have the part A, and also we have the part P. We have the height at this region. So what do? We measure, because they have said that 1 centimeter. Use your ruler to measure this distance from here up to here, or the distance. Maybe we say that maybe it is 80 centimeters. But remember one thing they have said, 1 centimeter represents 80 kilometers. So if we say this 80 centimeters, then we measure this point here. After measuring this point, we have the part A. So the area of a trapezium, it is half into A plus P, then H. Then a half into A, it is 8 plus maybe 6. What we get, it is 2 into 14, is 7. 7 times around 6 over the 8 was 6. Then you convert into kilometers. So the area of a trapezium, it is half distance height. The question number next, we have the resident of those area dominantly. We had what you call the mission station for the Christians. So we have Christians, not pagans, Christians in the region. Which of the following economic activities the least carried out in those area? Livestock keeping. In fact, we have the cattle ranch, you can see, under livestock keeping. Then we have what you call fishing. We have the fish bays along the lake. We have lumbering. You can see a sawmilling somewhere here. Then mining. No, we don't have mining in the region. We don't have mining, so we have mining. Which type of soil is likely to be found in the northwestern part of the map? The type of soil, northwestern part of the map. We have cancelled these crops since we cannot have tea and the sugarcane at the same time. The climate for sugarcane, I have said, is hot and wet, places of low altitude, and the sugarcane is grown under irrigation, black cotton soil. Tea, that's where we have the higher altitude, enough rainfall, and the red earth soil. So we cannot have irrigation farming under tea. So we cancel this one so that we can remain with the jaggery. So the jaggery, it is under sugarcane. The soil for sugarcane growing is black cotton soil, or we can say clay soil. So we have black cotton soil or clay soil. The settlement pattern in those areas can be described as the settlement pattern. You can see these are clustered. These are clustered kind of it. Remember, nucleated, it is where members do live on one side of the map. Now, no one side of the map here. These members are well distributed very well. Then we have what you call the linear along rivers or along rail lines. The question number 7. Which pair of crops are grown in those areas? In fact, we have sugarcane and tea. You can see tea at this region. We have tea. The question number 8 says that which statement is true about the Sani people? The Sani people were ruled by the chiefs? No. In fact, the political organization of the Sani people, they had no chiefs. It was through consensus. The decisions were made through consensus. Then they were ruled by the council leaders. No. They were headsmen. No. They were not doing pastoral farmers. These members were purely hunters and gatherers. But the Khoikhoi had chiefs. The Khoikhoi had the council. The Khoikhoi were headsmen. So they made decisions through consensus. The following are some duties of the prefects. Which one is not? They supervise cleanliness of the class, of course. They solve minor problems. Yes, they punish the noisemakers. Punishing does not mean carrying the cane. You can either punish a learner by assigning him a duty. Maybe you can collect some litters, you can clean the class, something like that. They were headsmen. No, they were not pastoral farmers. So the answer goes to dog. We have this instrument, a modern one, of measuring a certain element of weather. How do we call it? This is a barometer. A barometer measures what we call air pressure. Barometer measures what we call air pressure. And the funny thing here, they are saying that it is called annual barometer. No, the highest pressure is recorded at the coastal lowlands. Pressure is very high at the lowlands, and the pressure is very low on top of the mountains. So the correct answer here is, which statement is true about the weather instrument below? The highest pressure is recorded at the coastal lowlands. It is known as a barometer, measures what we call the air pressure or atmospheric pressure. They are saying that the pressure is the highest on top of mountains. No, it is the lowest. We can say pressure is the highest the coastal lowlands or at the sea level. So the answer D is the correct choice. The time in the other region, we have a plain paper. I want us to do some mathematics. The first thing what we do is that we draw the longitudes. You know very well that they influence what you call time over place. Then this is what you do. We have the three longitudes. The middle one we name it at 0 degrees. This is the prime meridian. Then we have the eastern side and the western side of the prime meridian. You go to the question and say the time at Cairo along 24 degrees east is 1 a.m. What time will it be at Libreville along longitude 36 degrees west? So if this is my 24 degree east and we have 36 degree west, the time here is 1:00 a.m. Can we check? Yes, a.m. Good. The time is 1 a.m. So what do we do here? The degree difference. The first thing, we have the western side and the north and the eastern side. So we have 36 degrees plus 24 degrees. What do we get here? This is 60 degrees. Then we say 1 degree is equals to 4 minutes. What about the how many degrees? 60 degrees. We cross multiply. So we have 60 degrees by 4 minutes divided by 1 degree, and this one goes 60 by 4. What do you get here? It is 240 minutes. Convert into hours divided by 60 minutes. Minutes goes 60 into 61 in 240 goes 4 hours. 4 times, so it is 4 hours. So we have gotten 4 hours. Then we come here. Then we say the time at this point was 1 p.m. We cannot take away 4 from 1. So what do? We add 12 into 1 so that we can get what we call 1300 in 24-hour cross system. Then you take away 4 hours from here. What do you land? You land at 900. So, and remember this one was AM. So we have gone back to PM. So the answer here is it is 9 PM. Not like this, not this way. It is 9 PM. Remember it was AM. So we come back to PM. So the answer here is a dog, not a boy. The way that's been written here, not a boy. The next question here, we have what you call which one of the following plateaus is closely matched with the country where it is found? The Futa di Jalon is found in Guinea. Jos Plateau is in Nigeria. Bai Plateau in Angola, and the Nyeka Plateau in not Tanzania, East Africa. So the correct one is here, the Futa di Jalon. And this one might be tested, boys and girls, be very much careful. The foreign features of a certain vegetation zone in Africa. The vegetation consists of grass and shrubs. In fact, once you get the grasses or shrubs, this one goes to savanna. This one goes to savanna. So Roman 1 can give you an answer, goes to savanna. The trees are widely spaced and are of the medium height. The grass are tall and have steep braids. The main trees are alfalfa and acacia. The answer comes here is tropical grassland vegetation. And in fact, it's tropical grassland vegetation or savanna, since we have the shrubs. Remember, the shrubs belongs to savanna, shrubs, then scrubs under semi-desert regions. And sometimes also they can ask about the tropical rainforest, whereby we have long trees that goes up to 40 meters above the ground. Then they form the canopy. There is no or little undergrowth. Then we have the Mediterranean vegetation, where the trees are conical-shaped. The trees are conical-shaped under Mediterranean climate, and also we have aromatic shrubs, the likes of the thyme, lavender. We have rosemary. All those are found under Mediterranean climate. So we have what you call the Lake Gambi is found along. Lake Gambi is found in Kenya, along River Tana. Lake Gambi, along River Tana. Then we have Lake Utange is found in Ruviji in Tanzania. We have Nile Manzala Lake in River Nile. So River Tana, that's where we can relocate what you call Lake Gambi. There is this feature. We have this feature here drawn. The above lake was formed as a result of we have this lake. This is a crater lake. This is a mountain. Number one, it is through a volcanic action. This is a volcanic action. Then the next question is, which one of the following lakes was not formed through the above process? In fact, Lake Nyosi is found on Mount Cameroon. Remember, Mount Cameroon is a volcanic. We have Lake Paradise, Mount Marsabit in Kenya, volcanic, Lake Shala, Ethiopian, and Lake Itasis, a lava dam lakes in Madagascar. So, Itas was not formed through this process. It was not formed through what you call a volcano. In fact, it's a lava dam lake. Yes, of course, yes. The Lake Itasi, also we can say it is through a volcanic eruption. But remember, they're asking about the crater lake, and the Itasi is a lava dam formed when the lava flows from the eruption. So the other one out here is Itasi. All the following are factors that favor industrial development in Kenya. Which one is not, or except availability of raw materials, the major one. Remember, we cannot start industries without raw materials. Availability of labor, of course, yes. Displacement of people, no. Availability of capital. So displacement of people is the odd one out. All the following are factors that favor industrial development in Kenya. Except we have displacement of people. We must have raw materials. We must have labor. We must have enough supply of water. We must have capital. We must have what you call electricity, and also the demand of what we are going to manufacture or process in the factory. So displacement of people is odd one out. Which one of the following is not an effect of rotation of the? It causes seasons. The seasons is under what you call revolution of the earth. Seasons under revolution of the earth. Remember, it causes difference in time along different longitudes. Very true. It influences the position of the midday sun. It causes differences in length of day and days. These questions are saying which one of the following is not an effect of the rotation of the earth. Is not an effect of rotation. Should not be. I think the question should be, which one of the following is not an effect of rotation of the earth? Yes. So that we have the answer B. Because causes seasons, this is a revolution. It influences the position of the midday sun, a revolution. Causes a difference in length of day and night, this is a revolution. So the answer, boy, is a rotation of the earth. So the answer should be, or the question should be, which one of the following is not an effect of revolution of the earth and not rotation, so that we can have, boy. Remember, answer A, seasons, C and D, those are the effects of revolution of the earth. The question number 19, which one of the following communities belong to the Bantus in Tanzania? We have the Taita in Kenya, not in Tanzania. The Yao Batoro in Uganda, Banyangole, Zaramo, Wanyamwezi. Banyangole found in where? In Uganda. Ngoni, Makua. So the answer becomes what you call dog. Banyangole are not found in Kenya. Banyangole are not found in Kenya, nor Uganda, nor Tanzania. I mean, they're found in Uganda. Batoro also in Uganda. Abagusi in Kenya. The Ngoni, Makua, and the Gogo, Nyamwezi, all are found in Tanzania. Which one of the following is the main reason why the Oromo migrated into Kenya during the pre-colonial? Remember, this is Oromo. Who are the Oromo members? These are the Kushites. In fact, the Eastern Kushites. They are trying to ask the question whether learners understand why the Kushites, the language group by the name Kushites, why they were migrating. These members were purely pastoral farming during the pre-colonial period. They shifted to look for grass for their animals and the pasture. So the Oromo people to search for water and the pasture. The question number 21, Samora Ture is remembered in the history of Africa simply because this person resisted the establishment of the colonial rule. Samora Ture resisted against what you call the French. And Samora Ture resisted for too long. In fact, we say that this man used what you call the scorched earth policy. He resisted. He founded what you call the Mandinga Empire under the Bisandugu Treaty, under the Bisandugu as the capital city. This man resisted for too long. He resisted. He never wanted to lose the independence of the empire, and that's why he resisted. Which of the following is not a function of the clan in the traditional African society? We have to settle disputes among members, allocate land for their families, to safeguard the values of the clan, and to choose marriage partners for the clan members. The clan members were not entitled or were not given the role of choosing marriage partners. It was done by the midwives. But safeguarding of the values of the clan, it was the main work of the clan, and also allocating land, of course. Remember, traditionally, the land was communally owned. To settle disputes among the members, of course, another major reason why, or the main function of the clan. But to choose marriage partners, to clan members, that one was odd one out. We have this diagram. This is a mountain vegetation that we have. Remember, we have the song, savanna, rainforest, bamboo forest, heat moorland, snow and pear rocks. Savanna, rainforest, bamboo forest, heat moorland, snow and pear rocks. This vegetation zone in Africa has been influenced by what you call the altitude, the height above sea level. The zone marked the Q. We have what you call, this is savanna, or we have savanna rainforest, this is bamboo forest. Then the next question is, the following, I want to answer this question, yeah. The above vegetation is mainly influenced by, it is altitude. It is altitude. Remember, we have different height above sea level. The question number 25. The following are achievements of a certain prominent African leader. He carried out land reforms. In fact, the issue of land reforms, it was under what we call the Gamal Abdel Nasser. A policy of Sharia courts, Gamal Abdel Nasser. Introduced reform education, Gamal Abdel Nasser. Was the first president of his country. No, this man was not the first president. In fact, we had the person by the name General Mohammed Nagab, the one who overthrew the government of King Farouk from power. So the Roman thought that he was the first president of his country. I'll say no, since once the King Farouk was overthrown from power, the King Farouk, due to corrupt issues in the government and inefficiency of his government, Mohammed General Nagab or Najib took over as the president, whereby he was unable to proceed. He stepped down, and the Gamal Abdel Nasser also now took off from there. So the Roman number 4, no, he was the second after Mohammed Najib. Remember, we had the King Farouk. It was not under the government. It was like a kind of a monarchy. 3 of the following rivers drains into Lake Turkana. Except we have River Omo, we have River Kerio, Takwel. Ewasonyiro drains into Larian Swamp in Kenya. And also we have Ewasonyiro South, which drains into Lake Natron in Tanzania. Remember, River Omo drains from Ethiopia into Lake Turkana. The following mountains were formed through the same process. Which one was not? Ruwenzori Block Mountain, Sambala Block Mountain, Drangenspag is Folly Mountain, as you can see here, and the Para Mountains we have the Block Mountain. Which one of the following consists of the horticultural crops? Tomatoes, wheat, no. The wheat, no. The apples, yes. Wheat, onions, barley, no. We have roses, yes. Carnations, yes. Apples. The answer goes to what you call dog. Which of the following is not a reason why Chief Lewanika collaborated with the British? He wanted to be appointed as the paramount chief, was one of the reasons why he collaborated. Wanted support against his enemies, of course, yes, like now the Ndebele people. Wanted to be protected from other European powers like the Germans and the Portuguese, yes. Wanted the British to promote the chiefs who were against him. No, he was getting this kind of cooperation so that he can get the protection from the enemies, oppressed enemies in the region, in the southern part of Africa. Which one of the following factors influence migration of Fulani headsmen in West Africa? The Fulani, these are the pastoral farmers in West Africa. Number 2, they are the largest pastoral farmers in the world, also in Africa. They occupy a place known as Sahel region, the western part of Africa. These are a desert climate in West Africa. One of the factors that makes these members to have the pastoral farming, we have the changes in the amount of rainfall. We say the rain patterns in the region. The title of Nyamwezi, we had Wanyamfala Kikoma was the communication, of course. Which of the following was not carried out by the Homo erectors? Invention of fire, one of the biggest inventions of which was done. Having upright posture, of course, the Homo erectors meant the upright men. Made simple tools from stones, the Stone Age period. Ability to communicate through speech, of course, yes. So when you go through all these, in fact, all these were under the Homo erectors. Invented of fire, having upright posture, made simple tools from stones, and ability to communicate through speech. I can see though these are the answers and the Homo erectors. They invented the fire, they had a upright posture, they made the simple tools from stones, of course. Ability also to communicate in through speech. And this question must be tested, highly tested, because we have seen it several times coming to almost in every exam. We must have this question coming. The following are conditions that were for the growth of a certain crop: deep, well-drained, fertile soils, plenty of rainfall between 1500 to 2000 millimeters, annual temperature 27. I told my learners that we have the two crops here. We have cocoa and we have cloves. Cocoa does well where we have a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius and 28. Cloves does well where we have a temperature of 27 and 30. So the cloves and the cocoa, they have the similar requirement for growing. Where the difference comes under temperatures. One is 27 to 30, another one is 25 to 28. So the highest here, with the 27 to 30, we have what you call cloves. A Christian marriage is important because of the following reasons. Except Christian marriage, it unites the families of the man and the woman. It helps in raising children. It enables a man and a woman to live together. It gives a man a chance to have a wife. In fact, unites the families of the man and the woman. Of course, yes, helps in raising children. Yes, the children are being born and raised up by the two parents. Enables a man and a woman to live together. Yes, and it gives a man. No, we have the answer. The third one out. The next question, very fast. The following are conditions of a community, contributions of community in school development. Which one is not? It is a source of labor to the school. Community, yes. Learners in the school come from the community, yes. Resource persons are provided by the community, yes. It is teachers protest against the school, no. The answer is D. Which of the crops is mainly grown under irrigation at Pekera? The mainly crop grown under Pekera, we have what you call seed maize. Remember, we have also chilies. We don't have cotton. We have rice under Mwea. Cotton is under Gezira irrigation scheme. Chilies, onions, we have tomato, baobabs, watermelons, So Pekera, we have maize growing in the region, maize growing in the Pekera. And the challenge under Pekera, we said, is shortage of water since it's found in Baringo. Baringo is a dry country. But the rice is found under Mwea. The challenge under Mwea is what we call siltation. Which institution of marriage is presided over by a government officer? We have the civil marriage. Of course, Christian marriage, we have the clergy, customary, the village elders, or the elders, Islamic, the clergy. The main problem facing forestry in the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, it is overexploitation by loggers, or what you call deforestation. That's the main challenge facing forestry in DRC Congo. The chairperson of school management is it's one of the elected parent. This question will be tested, boys and girls. The issue of school, the chairperson of the school management committee, it is one of the parent who is being elected. But also, they are saying that under the school management committee, the head teacher do act as who? As the secretary to the committee. The following are oil refineries in Nigeria, except Niger Delta. That's where we mine. Eleseleme, Kaduna, Wari, and Port Harcourt. There are 4 oil refineries in Nigeria. There are 4. We have Eleseleme, Kaduna, and Wari. Niger Delta, it is where it is being mined. The following are uses of certain mineral used to make glasses. Once you see glasses and the soap, glasses and the dikes, glasses, soap, this is soda ash. It goes to soda ash automatically. The capital city of, which is wrongly merged, the Sierra Leone, we have Freetown. South Africa, we have Pretoria. Swaziland, Mbambe. Senegal, Dakar. So, South Africa, we have Pretoria. The last question here, which of the following systems of administration was used by the Corporation of Nigeria? We had what you call indirect rule. For those few remarks, I wish us to adjourn the lesson today. Until next, God willing, may God bless you. Thank you.